position, right? Because I want you to be doing this for a long time. So this is a good height for me because I can pinch, I can assess her, I can look at her and do everything that I need to do. So normally what I would do is have some type of a lubricant or something on my glove because I'm right-handed. And Marguerite, I have envelope with the 18 gauge needles over there if you don't mind.
I have some 18 gauge up there if you want them.
Oh, okay. They should have sent it to us. Is it in the box over there? Look in the box.
Oh, 18 gauge. These?
No, needles.
Oh, needles?
Here,
Just
here's
needles?
one.
No, they didn't have any.
Oh, I don't know. I thought I took some out. Oh, I did.
Maybe you
I'm
did,
in
I
the door.
just don't
I
see
have a door. But yeah, these work too. So they sent them. See that white envelope?
Oh, right there. Okay.
So they'll always send you needles with your big your stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Also,
That's really
how do we
confusing.
plan what we're gonna do? So Marguerite, grab me the barb 4, the one that says 18 gauge, and the barb 4 that says, that's it, and then the barb 4 that says 21 gauge. So I'm gonna have you start off with those, okay? So when you open these up, you guys, and I don't mean to use you as a table, but I'm being crazy.
Alright.
It says barb 4, and this is 18 gauge. These are pink and yellow, okay? It's pink. There's a lot number. You can peel off the sticker, okay? So if you want to use a red pencil and draw in red, that's pink, or the dermoscope pen, and then take a picture of her so you kind of know, right? So we said we're gonna do 21 and 21 where she's the heaviest. So we're gonna do 2 and 2, right? So I kind of plan ahead what I'm gonna do, right? I personally think she could tolerate 2 and 2 on her lower neck too. What do your other people look like?
Well, you saw Robert, so you probably definitely could use these.
Okay.
And then my other one is younger. How old's Christy? 37.
Yeah.
So, and probably not as much here as needed up there.
Where? Okay. Because, you know, what they'll normally do is not send enough for full corrections on everybody. So
Okay.
we'll probably be picking and choosing from this
Okay,
one. So on her, we can do as close to a full correction on her. And I don't know what Robert's wanting. What's he wanting to do?
Oh,
So, okay.
probably here.
Okay,
Close
so
looking.
maybe on him we'll just focus here, and then on her we'll just focus on the above, okay? So for her, we're gonna do 2 of the greens on the top, right?
Okay.
2 of the pinks on the lower face, and then 2 of the pinks on the neck, right? So I kind of plan out what I'm gonna do ahead of time in my
Okay.
brain, and I'll lay them out on my table, and I'll split the face up. That's the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way, but it kind of helps me kind of keep track of where I'm going on the face and how I'm gonna do it initially while I'm doing it. So I know on this side of her face, I'm doing 2 pinks. Up on the lower face, 2 greens on the upper face. We're doing a green, right? Pink, and we're doing the heavier gauge on her neck. So on this side of her face, I'm gonna split it. I have the threads ready on this side. And then on the other side, I'm gonna have the rest of the threads for this side, right? So I got it mapped out. And if you want, do you have a chart that you chart on, like a face? You could do where you have a face that you can, you know, have
Right.
up, and you can just say, okay, on her, I'm doing green, green, pink, pink. You know what I mean? And so that way you can just kind of reference it, so you can kind of remember, and you're grabbing the right thread. Okay. So it's whichever way is going to help you remember it. And the first couple of times it's going to be slower, but not to fret because you'll find you can probably do a full face in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I have this soaked in alcohol. I have dry gauze here. I'll open up a couple squares just to have for a couple of reasons, and it'll make sense in a second. Okay, I have an extra pilot needle just in case. I like having hemostats. Okay, we have this alcohol, guys. I just kind of have all my ducks in a row. So, I'm gonna turn her head over to the side. I'm gonna grab my alcohol soaked. I'm gonna clean her off again. 18 gauge needle. Pinch her up nice and firm. You see how hard I'm picking her up? Okay. Perpendicular. Do you feel that?
A little bit, not bad.
Okay. Were you about right here, you think? You feel that?
Yep.
How about now? Better?
It's better.
So straight up and down. So it's standing up. Standing at saluting.
Okay.
I washed my husband there. Okay, so see that cannula tip? I need to be down. So it's beveled down. When you're treating anything on the face and neck, the cannula needs to be beveled down.
Okay.
So I pinch her back up really firm. So especially because we don't have lidocaine in this, I don't want her to bleed. Okay, bevel down. You go in back into this hole, right? You're gonna feel pop, pop. There it is. As soon as I feel that pop, I'm laying it flat. I'm pulling her up because she wants to be lifted, and I advance it forward, keeping it flat. Okay, right at this nasal labial fold, it's a little zingy, right? So now I'm here. Now I want you to feel this depth. Okay.
Okay. You're going clear over to.
Yep, you've got to
the
cross the
nares.
fold.
Okay.
You've got to cross the fold. Okay. So now I grab my gel. I press on it. Okay. This part is important, you guys. Don't let go of this handle. If I let go of it, it's going to make my tip go deep. Okay. So now I'm rotating it. In some videos, you'll see them go to the right and to the left, which is fine, but it doesn't always engage. So to ensure, I just kind of rotate it. Now I'm pulling it out. When I pull out and I feel it leave this last finger, because I had two fingers, now you see it coming out. See, it's already right here. As I'm coming out, I see how I'm rolling it in my finger. Now I'm chasing it. I'm always following it, never to touch that metal tip again, because it hurts. And I'm doing pretty firm rubbing as I'm coming out. I drop this into a tray somewhere, okay? Then I grab my hemostat. I clamp it, right? And I'm not tugging, I'm just putting a little firm, and I rub it a couple more times. Now I'm gonna give it a little firmer tug. You're gonna think you're pulling it out because I can feel it clicking. And now give it a couple rubs. I want you to feel it. Feel it clicking, keep going. Feel it clicking?
Okay, there.
Good, do it again.
Okay.
Give it a couple rubs.
Okay. Does that hurt, sweetie? Hurts
Harder.
a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're really engaging.
Yeah, I want you to put your fingers on it again. Okay. Now, before we
Very
cut,
firm.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit her up. You didn't know you were gonna do an ab workout.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna make you sit up a little bit. Okay. Now let's look at her, cause wow, look how much that effaced.
Oh, yeah.
And then now give me a slight smile. Bigger.
Oh, wow.
Okay, no irregularities. Now lay back down and we can cut it. So initially, until you're used to assessing her when she's laying down, I want you to sit her up every time
Okay.
because I want to make sure there's no irregularities before we cut it, okay? The most important thing about cutting, turn your head over to the side, is
Those are wonky hemostats.
you see how I kind of clamp it down a little bit lower? And I'm just tenting it. You see how it makes a peak?
Uh-huh.
And then I like my curved part down, and I keep it really tiny.
Okay.
And I'm sliding that down low.
Okay.
Look, everybody thinks, oh, you're gonna pull it out. I'm not. I like that little pucker,
Right.
snip, and then watch. This is my favorite. It feels like crepiness. It's awesome. Okay, you massage it back.
Oh, there it goes.
It clicks and pops, and it buries that thread underneath the skin,
Okay.
right? And it looks even better. So, doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're an amazing model, FYI. Okay, so now you're ready for the second one, which I usually come back through. And I remind myself, oh, this is where it is. This is where it is. That's where we're going to go next, okay? So now it's your turn.
Okay.
You got it.
Doing okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Made it on this hand.
Are you lefty?
No, but that's how
You're going to want to do it.
I'm gonna wanna do it on
Yes,
that hand.
trust
Okay.
me.
Okay.